Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com on the play with my John Souls of the Lost deck that I'm testing out. I'm definitely keeping this hand, even though we are missing our namesake card. We have a lot of interaction, redraw with Bobble, and a Thoughtseize to get us started. So we will probably go get a Blood Crypt. That was a mistake, though. We could have bobbled ourselves. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this the right way and at least see what our opponent's drawing before we Thoughtseize. They're drawing a Thoughtseize. So I guess we're playing against the Scam deck. Fatal Push, Molecule Rebirth, Orcish Bowmasters. So Bowmasters, we can Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt. Molecule Rebirth gives the most upside. They're going to draw a Thoughtseize though, so the shenanigans. What do we do? The 2-for-1. Their Thoughtseize will take our Questing Druid. See what we draw. Unless we draw something better. Yeah, we might have shuffled away that Questing Druid, or we might have shuffled away that mountain had we seen it, but we do need lands. We don't really need lands anymore, though. Oh, man. All right, well, that is painful. So they have a Thoughtseize. Urborg is gone. We took the Bowmasters. They have Field of Ruin. Okay, so something. Oh man, this is what happened when we were playing against that Wilderness Reclamation deck where we just had Lightning Bolt Tron going on. All right, that's the other half of that. Okay, so at least at the very least we'll be able to bolt in response if they try to target. We have so much removal. Something that's not a land or a removal, please. Tarmogoyf. They have the Fatal Push, so that's not going to live. It is a 4/5 though. Kind of want to keep this Beseju. I don't know. It looks like a Cabal Coffers deck, since I haven't seen red yet, which means we want this to be able to take out a land. Sad face that the Goyf is going to promptly die, but it is what it is. Gotta get that Fatal Push out of their hands somehow. Could wait for a Thoughtseize, but we trimmed our Thoughtseizes. This is where the Footfall Craters is so powerful. We could wait until they tap down. If we had that card out. Alright, so still not pulling the trigger on that Field of Ruin. Footfall Crater. Just how I drew it up. We're just going to enchant our basic land since they can't Field of Ruin it. They're having to read that card because no one plays this card in Modern except for us, and it is a really fun and powerful card in the right spots. So we're putting it on the map, folks. Alright, so we have a handful of removal, including something if they play a Cabal Coffers. We even have a way to deal with, sure, go get our 1/of Forest. We even have a way to deal with a Shieldred, especially if we draw a fetch land, otherwise double bolt. There's the Cabal Coffers. Peer into the Abyss. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life, rounding up each time. I have no idea what they're up to, but we are going to get rid of this for now. So they're at 9. I mean, we're a single bolt away from killing them if they can't string together some amount of nonsense. So that's fun. I haven't played against the Cabal Coffers deck in a while, and I haven't played against any deck with Peer into the Abyss. So I'm curious to see what kind of shenanigans they can get up to with it. Man, 9 is not a high life total. We are very close to just bolting them out of this game if they don't find a way to gain life. Grief. Okay, well, now they're going to take one of our lightning bolts. And they're going to get both of our lightning bolts because they still have this card. They're going to go down to 7, is that correct? Yeah, so, but they'll get both bolts. Otherwise, they're in trouble. We'll need to draw a fetch land in order to find an answer. So this is where Souls of the Lost could be game ending, right? We have enough permanents. So that's what we need, a Souls of the Lost, Tarmogoyf, something to swing in with haste. One time, deck. One time. I don't even want to do the math until I draw the card, but I think we might be there. We might have enough to get there. Oh, they're discarding a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we sacrifice a land, 7, we win. All right, Soul of the Lost, please. One time, deck. Ragavan Nimble Pilfer is not a bad draw. It allows us to dash in our cast, haste, get the treasure, crack the treasure, blow up the grief. So Souls of the Lost would have been obviously a better card, a better draw there because it would have meant death. What can our opponent do with a handful of cards of their best 7, essentially? All right, well, let's see what they got. Their best 7. Well, I mean, that was our window. That was why we play Footfall Crater in this deck, because in a situation like that where we actually have the chance to swing in for lethal the turn we draw it, they're going to make a bazillion mana. Not a bazillion, but they're going to make a lot of mana, do a lot of things. If they have blanket on the name, that 3 black 1 colorless that will make a second enchantment too, as well as creature, then we'll probably have to scoop. Ooh, Underworld Dreams. Now we're just dead if they have the mana to do it. I love it. I love the jank. Man, this is a sweet looking deck. I love it. What a fun deck. They don't have it this turn, but if they have it, they probably have the combo in hand. So we have one more turn to draw and hope they don't have a kill spell, which I'm sure they do. Then we draw a land, which is pretty useless. Yeah, so we weren't going to get there anyway. I mean, it's possible they didn't hit another one of their cards, their other piece, right? I mean, it's possible. And if it is, we don't have much time, and they probably have a handful of removal if they didn't find their, what is it, they appear into the abyss to just burn us out. Oh, love it. How far were we to, man, we were nowhere near the win, weren't we? All right, what are we going to bring in? I'm just chatting with my opponent, telling him about the site. Pretty excited about being able to show off their cool brew. Fatal Push wasn't that great, but I mean, Leyline will shut down their scam shenanigans, but they're not really even a scam deck. All right, this is Johnny Cycles with our sideboarding after our first game against a mono black Cabal Coffers deck that just peered us into the abyss with Underworld Dreams out. I went and made a buddy, but I had to shrink my screen to do it, and it shut off the recorder, so I'll have to combine this. Anyway, Leyline shuts down some of their scam, but they're not even that big of a scam deck. Assassin's Trophy is sort of a catch-all. Tariffs under a catch-all. I mean, maybe we bring that in because I assume they're going to have Graveyard Hate in their sideboard. Fatal Push was okay in the right spots. All right, we'll run it like that. All right, I mean, this is a great hand for us if we don't get scammed. We have, so no Leyline, that's good. We can do Stitcher Supplier into Footfall Mire into Souls of the Lost and haste. Want to save the Bloodstained Mire for this Fatal Push probably. All right, so we're going to run out Stitcher Supplier. Got 3 lands. Okay. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. Awkward that we don't have the second red source, so we can do this and the Ragavan and give it haste, but we don't have the second red source. We also don't want to put a Footfall Crater on, just so we'll run out the Ragavan. We'll dash in the Ragavan. I assume it's going to get Fatal Pushed here. And that's okay. No, it does not. All right, so now we can have a treasure token to, oh man, what do we do? If we put the treasure token, we can cast, I don't even, oh, Orcish Bowmasters, okay. So another land and fade a removal spell. Tap out, we draw land. I think we can get in with the Souls of the Lost this turn. But we need another land. So land, Ragavan. So maybe this will encourage our opponent to, if they do have a removal spell, untap and use it, and then that will, if we get in the one hit, we'll get the treasure token at least. March of the Wretched Sorrow would be really good for them. All right, so now we're hoping that, I mean, that somehow they tap out, kill our Ragavan, or have the only one removal spell, which you think they would have used already for the Ragavan. Underworld Dreams. Now they're going to steal our Souls of the Lost, which is unfortunate. Man. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and draw another one. I mean, it wasn't going to be lethal anyway, which is where the dream is. But it was going to be good. It was going to be good. Alright, Souls of the Lost number 2. Tell me I didn't just draw another Ragavan. Holy moly. Ragavan tribal over here. Alright, pre-combat main phase. Let's go for it. Get in those beats, Stitcher Supplier. The rarely used Stitcher Supplier in combat. Do we get anything good? Profane Tutor. I mean, I don't even think we can play this card. We can't suspend it. I've had hard times suspending cards in the past. So our opponent's going to get the Profane Tutor, I guess, and the Lotus Plume. I haven't been doing the math, and that's not my strong suit either. Anyway, so they could, if they get both this turn and have a land drop, peer into the Abyss us, and we're dead. I think again, math is not my strong suit, but that is what it is. We've managed to draw 3 Ragavans this game. The first one was good. It would rather been our Souls of the Lost. Second one, yeah, it never hurts to have a backup, but man, that grief was very timely. Alright, let's see what happens here. They have the combo. Inquisition us. I mean, we could just lightning bolt them. Might as well. See what they're what they're up to now. Ooh, damnation. Alright, well, you know, we have a backup Ragavan. We are 1 Souls of the Lost away from winning. So yeah, now's the time, deck. I mean, we haven't drawn any lands this game, so we'll probably do a land. Terra Sunder. Okay, so that's good for us. It does give us an answer. Man, we would have won again. He says he misclicked. Oh, I see. Alright, so the opponent says they misclicked. I believe it. They took damnation instead of the... They took Damnation instead of the Peer into the Abyss that they would have been able to cast. Alright, so then we hit an Inquisition. We'll target our opponent, see what they're up to, just an Urborg. I guess we'll save this Terra Sunder. Cabal Coffers is good. We're still not anywhere near. I mean, I'm saying I would scoop otherwise, but I want to play them again. We're still not in a position to win. So, Thoughtseize, they played the Cabal Coffers. I wonder what they drew. Another Inquisition. I mean, we could go ahead and tear asunder. We're going to save it for the Underworld Dreams. Man, we would really like to draw our finisher, but we just can't seem to do it. Meanwhile, they're not drawing anything unless they no, still haven't found anything. Another Profane Tutor. Oh man. Well, did they find an answer, or are we going to game 3? They found the answer. All right, well, we're hoping for that Souls of the Lost for the win here. Slowly dying to Underworld Dreams. Oh man, we are just really struggling over here. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, we gotta take that damage. See what our opponent drew. Man, it's an interesting game. Lots of nothing happening back and forth. That Field of Ruin is going to be a problem for us. Another Thoughtseize. All right, I mean, at this point, we're just gonna exile that. We probably should have waited until They don't have the card in hand. We keep waiting, but we're just dying. All right. Well, I mean, they're going to be able to Field of Ruin our Overgrown Tomb as soon as we play a creature in response. Exile. At least, I mean, we haven't. Terra Sunder's good if they manage to string together enough cards. But yeah, it looks like they're going to peer into the abyss for themselves and get a whole refill their hand with everything they want. And go to 1. 1 is not dead. If we draw a lightning bolt, maybe we have a chance. But that's our best draw. Let's see how many are in our graveyard. 1. All right, here we go. Lightning bolt or bust, please. I'm going to do it again. Grief. So Terra Sunder is going to go away. So we might as well cast it for some value. I mean, it doesn't really do us any good to get rid of that Lotus Bloom at this point. They have all the mana in the world. But better than going to our graveyard for no value. We got nothing else going on. So I think we're at Lightning Bolt or dead at this point. And I guess if we Souls of the Lost would be, we could give it haste and give it trample. Opponent's saying, look, I don't know if they can show me their hand or not, but they have 6 mana. So what are they going to do for 6 mana? The 6 manas. X11. Nice combo. So exiling a number of black cards from your hand, and then you gain life. That's beautiful. All right, here we go. One time. One time. All right, we have another option here. We're going to cycle this. Do we get it? Souls of the Lost, one time for the epic comeback. And it's a Souls of the Lost! It's a Souls of the Lost! We got there! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I should have sacrificed oh my gosh. All right, so that was a pretty grindy game. We saw the power of Souls of the Lost. We saw the power of Footfall Crater. Our opponent did all kinds of really fun, sweet shenanigans, gained a bunch of life, drew a bunch of cards, and we needed one draw, and we were able to use Footfall Crater to cycle to find the Souls of the Lost, and Footfall Crater to give it haste and trample. So, thank you. It's just how we drew it up, folks. Fatal Push is not looking like it's at its best. I might bring in Assassin's Trophy just to give us a little bit more ways of dealing with our opponent's Underworld Dreams, because that is one of their win cons. All right, on to game number 3. Our opponent's really friendly and nice. All right, so we have Forest, Questing Druid. This is a great hand if these were just like fetch lands, so we're going to have to mulligan. Okay, this is going to be a keepable hand, and we will put probably one of the Questing Druids to the bottom. Inquisition. Took off my Stitcher Supplier. That was a smart play, I think. Obviously, Footfall Crater has shown its worth, but Stitcher Supplier, we weren't going to run it out on turn 1 anyway, but still, it's got the most upside for Souls of the Lost and can make it into a huge creature quickly. We're still doing okay if our opponent doesn't strip our hand further. We can go get a forest and enchant. Yeah, so I think we're gonna crack this for. How do we want a forest? We could just get a basic mountain. Basic mountain. Enchant this land. Set us up next turn for a hasty Souls of the Lost if we want, or a Questing Druid. Underworld Dreams. Okay. All right, so we hit the Thoughtseize. Not ideal for us right now, but let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. See what our opponent's up to. Fatal Push, Fatal Push. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we will never. We're never going to get. Okay, so they have 2 Fatal Pushes, so we're going to end a turn, Questing Druid, try to find some answers, or find some more threats to take out their. To draw out these Fatal Pushes. There's the Assassin's Trophy. It does give us an answer to the Underworld Dreams, which is good. There's our Stitcher Supplier. All right, so what we'll do is we'll play the Questing Druid and then play the Fatal Push. Can we do that? We need a green and a black. So here's our black. All right, so green, red, play the Questing Druid. Play the Assassin's Trophy on the Underworld Dreams. Try to play faster. All right. Thought seize, so we can get rid of another fatal push. See if they want to target the questing druid. They know about the souls of the lost, so I mean, if I was them, I would not be doing that. Okay. Still got the double fatal push, still being really unlucky. We're going to give this Stitcher Supplier a haste, because why not? Bolt our opponent's face. Grow our questing druid some more. So we know about the fatal push. That's going to kill our Souls of the Lost, which is our big payoff card. So I think we're just going to keep swinging. So now we will play our Souls of the Lost. Sacrificing the Stitcher Supplier, and now we are hoping that they don't draw their fourth fatal push. All right, got there against a fun deck and a nice opponent. So hopefully we'll see him around, him or her around. Good games, Bayou Presents. Catch you on the other side. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. I'm Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com. Check out my website where you can read articles on my commander decks, my various modern brews, and my science fiction fantasy novel that I'm publishing serially every month. cyclesgaming.com. Be sure to click that like button and subscribe button on YouTube, and I'll see you on the next one.